All right, guys. So we have a nice match between myself and Kaitie Cardi. And she will be playing the blue-yellow variant of Janemba while I'm playing mono-blue. This has been a huge discussion of which one is better. Some people agree the mono-blue is better, which means that you're leaving the deck untouched from the previous format. And you're just kind of exploring by using other cards that are like good utility factors in the game, such as Kami, Dende, Burgos, cards of that nature that give you a nice advantage over a lot of other decks. And it keeps your deck even more protected, while the blue-yellow edition is running the new cards from the expansion, and it's more along the lines of a type of build where you have to run quite a few of those cards in the deck in order for it to make it work. So you're kind of limiting your slots. But this match is just going to show you roughly how the matchup is overall, and you guys are going to get some nice commentary. And if you guys haven't joined the Patreon and you are interested, you still can do so. It's a brand new month, so you don't have to worry about getting charged like twice, in the sense that you have to pay when you join up and then you have to pay when at the end of the month, so just know that much, or at the beginning of the following the month. But now we are going through our mulling process. Like I said before, blue, in my opinion, blue Janemba is just a better deck than blue-yellow. Blue-yellow has some cool, interesting factors. It's actually not bad to side in some of the blue-yellow if you're playing against like Victory Strike or Height and Mastery matchups, because then you can have the Janemba that untaps for you, which is pretty awesome. Now you'll have another way to try to get back in the game. But outside of that, you want to make sure that you're not limiting yourselves in most matchups. Most matchups, the mono blue will get you further away. So guys and girls, you can pretty much see the decks a little bit. They're going to be slightly off the camera view, but you'll be able to see the drop area and you'll be able to see the field. I wanted to make sure that you guys have, a good viewing on the board. So right now we're rolling, and I believe I win that one. I believe I will be going first in this game. But, Kaitie, she's another player that has been doing very well. She's been more consistent in her performances. And I'm looking forward to see what else she will be doing in the game. But right now, we're just getting our life fix, and we're going to start. So we're keeping our leader a little barricaded so you guys can see the full life count. I want to make sure that you guys at all times are able to see it. So I'm starting off by charging a Dimension Magic. Now, in the mirror match, you don't really need negates. Janemba isn't as aggressive. They can force plays, but they aren't aggressive. And I ended my turn. Unfortunately, I didn't have a turn 1 play. If I would have had a Psyche Demon, I would have definitely played it, but I didn't. And so now Kaitie, she played her energy, but because of the ability, it goes into rest mode, and she attacked, and I milled 2. I milled a Mafuba and another Dimension Magic. Fortunately, that did not hurt me, and I immediately took the damage, by the way. So negates in this matchup aren't as necessary. Maybe a Mafuba if your opponent decides to attack with a Janemba piece, but that's about it. And now I charged a Agent of Destruction. I swung out, and I took a Bojack and a Demon Sword from her. I took 1 key card, which was the Demon Sword, and she's going to take the damage. And now it's her turn. Unfortunately, guys, you can see my hand. I just flashed it. You can see that I'm not drawing anything. It's a little unfortunate that I have no turn 1 or turn 2 plays. So I'm a little afraid because I'm falling behind in the aspect where I want to start gaining control and starting to drop bombs on the board. And I wasn't able to do so. By this time, I could have already had a 3-drop Janemba just laid out, and that would be already an advantage, but I didn't. So she charges a Sensu Bean. Sensu Bean is actually very important in this matchup. I don't agree with the charging the Sensu Bean, but I can't really see her hand. She did play a Psyche Demon, which I wish I would have played that on turn 1, maybe even on turn 2 at this point, but it is what it is. And now she's pretty much prepared. She looked at the top 7, and she's just deciding what she's going to select. And she selects a Demon Sword. Selecting Demon Sword is fine. Too bad it wasn't the 3-drop, but it is what it is at this point. Sometimes you'll have it, sometimes you won't. A lot of individuals are only playing 2 to 3 copies, especially in the blue-yellow variants. I even see people playing it in the mono-blue variants, which I don't agree with that. But, more is better. That's the best mill card in the game, the 3-drop. But anyways, now she's attacking my leader, and I milled a Vegito and a super combo. Just to keep you guys in mind, that super combo isn't the correct one. It's normally the Kai. In this matchup, that super combo will actually help if my opponent was being very aggressive. But outside of that, you don't really need super combos in this matchup either. It just depends. You only use it accordingly to how your opponent plays, but you don't force any plays unless you're going for game or you're going to get yourself in a really good position. Outside of that, now I'm getting ready to charge my third energy, and I'm just deciding on it. Might be a little bit difficult considering that my hand is stacked, and I end up charging a 3-drop Janemba. If I do recall, I actually had 3 in my hand, and I was going to be greedy and keep all 3, but I'm like, you know what, might as well just play it. And now, as you can see, I play a Janemba, and now I still have my leader's attack available. Now I'm attacking, and we're going to see what we mill. Kaitie has to now mill 2. And I draw a card. So I'm going to point out to her to mill the 2 because I believe she didn't catch on. And she lost another Sensu Bean. That really sucks. That's 2 out of 4 viable cards. The negate wasn't as important. So again, in this matchup, don't fret when you lose your negates or if you have to charge negates. Only if your opponent's being very aggressive and the best card you can have is a Mafuba just for some of their Janemba pieces. So you can kind of save yourself from getting milled and also make sure that you're the one putting pressure on your opponent. So now, she charged the Demon Sword. It is what it is. Demon Sword is okay, but now we're going to see what she does with that 1-drop. We're going to see if she does evolve it. If she evolves it for 2, she'll have an advantage. If she doesn't, she still has access to a couple of more plays, but the best play she could do at this point is getting that 3-drop on there, on the board. So right now she's deciphering what she's going to do for her turn. She has been playing mill guys, but the blue-yellow variant, she is still very new to it. This is like her first or second game with the deck, so she knows how to play the mill matchup, though. So I mill a 3-drop and a pseudo combo. The 3-drop hurt me, but the pseudo combo's fine. Again, the negates and all the extra draw cards, they're fine. You don't want to use them in this matchup anyways. You don't want to help your opponent beat you. If you guys ever recall me saying that, in a match, you never want to help your opponent beat you. And I also took the damage because I want to awaken. By turn 4, me being awakened and also me having access to bringing out a lot of mill cards, that's great. This is Janemba's best way to play. Janemba loves and thrives on this style of play. As the Janemba player, you just want to slowly take damage so that you have 3-4 energy to work with, and then you can just smoothly awaken and have so many things going for you. In this match, I'm just kind of chilling, just waiting a little bit, seeing what's going on. But outside of that, getting ready to charge. And I charged another Agent of Destruction. So we have our 4 energy. I untap my leader. That's one thing you guys and girls want to do at the beginning. Try to untap all your cards, but it's fine. There's no penalties for not untapping your leader immediately. But just always keep that in mind because some players, they do get lost on their turns, and sometimes they'll be like, did I attack? And they're not even sure if they attacked because they'll leave their leader in rest mode and they're doing a bunch of things, and then they'll just forget, thinking they may have attacked. And if you ask your opponent, did I attack? Your opponent can always say, I don't know. But because your card is in rest mode, you really can't do anything about it if both players are unsure. So always remember to untap first. Get into that habit. So now, again, I'm deciding what I want to do. There's a lot of plays. For one, she's going to lose 2 cards off my leader skill. I can always use Janemba's ability, untap 1, and then go into Demon Sword or go into the other one. But instead, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a nice little play. So I'm like, I'm going to play my Janemba, and I'm going to do something fun. This turn is going to be proactive. Now I'm playing a Pan. See, I'm at 5 life, guys and girls. So me being at 5 life is a huge advantage because now I can put pressure. So I'm going to get Kaitie down to 4 life. And I do have additional attacks, so this is going to be pretty awesome. So now I'm using Pan's effect. I'm taking a life. I always like switching it up, guys and girls. I don't like going all the way down in order. Sometimes I like to take in between. Again, I like taking my life as random as possible because you never know when some of your cards are unfortunately stacked together in the wrong way. Even with shuffling, you can't avoid that so much. But now Pan is going in at a 15K, going in hot. And Kaitie, she has options. Depending on her hand, she may want to guard up, but at this point, she could take damage. It just all depends. I just moved the life so that it's not, covering the field so much. But we're just waiting to see what she does. So right now, we're still waiting, seeing what she's going to do. If she has a Mafuba, she definitely could hold one of those Mafubas for my 3-drops. And she chooses to use a 10K guard, which is interesting. So she's comboing that, and I believe she's thinking she's actually now using her ability to play a Bojack. She has to now pay the 1 yellow, and then bam. So this is interesting. She decided to go with this play. It's not a bad play, but I don't think it's the more effective play. But she may not have had Mafuba. If she had Mafuba, I would have definitely not done that. I would have been more focused on trying to get rid of the Janembas. And now I have to mill one. That's one thing that Bojack does. And I milled the Sensu Bean. So Bojack did hit a good card. Very important card. But she guarded that. So now I'm attacking her with my leader. And she has to lose 2 cards. She lost her Psyche and I believe a Agent. And I drew my card, and now I can awaken safely. And this is very good. Now I'm able to awaken. I have 2 energy. And I still have access to being able to pay 1 with each of my guys and, really have a good time this game. This is a really safe time. So we're gonna check what happens out. And she takes the damage. So she ended up taking it. Now, because she didn't use Sensu Bean or anything, if I would have saw 2 energy, I wouldn't have risked it. You don't want to risk getting Mafuba because it sets you back in the game. Unless your opponent doesn't have it, that's the only way. But you don't want to risk it for the biscuit. And now I'm actually using Sensu Bean, and I'm powering this guy up. So I'm powering my next attack up. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm 19K. So she's forced to guard with 10K or take the damage. If she guards with 10K, odds are she's going to have to tap out. And that means that my next Janemba attack will go through and put pressure. It's a good thing because at least I don't have to worry about Mafuba. And if she Sensu Beans, she's still off. Now, if she Sensu Beans and takes the damage or puts 5K, then I would just, end up using my mill effect. I wouldn't chance it. So she's still at 1 energy. Attacking with that Janemba is going to be good. It's going to be very good. She still have access to that blocker. So I have multiple plays I can do. I can always go in for a Demon Sword and remove the blocker. I can keep attacking and force her to block, which forcing her to block is fine at this point. I'm 24 to her 20. She would have to lose 5K if she wants to keep the Bojack, and that doesn't even guarantee her keeping it. And then I can keep attacking her leader with critical attacks, which is very good. Now I'm attacking, and she has to decide whether or not she wants to block. As of now, it's very advantageous. If she blocks, it's a win for me. If she doesn't block, it's a win for me. And I believe she doesn't block, and she's using Sensu Bean. So she uses the Sensu Bean. She might have just gotten the Sensu Bean off damage. Unfortunately, I can't see exactly what card she got off from the 2 life she took this turn. But I'm pretty sure she did because using the Sensu Bean in the beginning would have been more effective, especially knowing that I'm being a little bit more aggressive to force out cards. So just keep that in mind. Janemba could be aggressive. And that's what makes it strong. You guys see I'm very offensive. Unfortunately, I didn't start off too well in the beginning of the game, but neither did she. She wasn't able to do much either. And so it favored. So now she guarded herself, but that's what I wanted. She guarded herself and she just milled herself by 1, which was plus for me. It sucks because in the mirror match, you defending yourself with pseudo combos or super combos is pretty neg. So I go for the Demon Sword. I don't want her to have Psyche on the board. I'm not even concerned about the blocker. Just her having the Psyche is annoying. And you're going to see how I play it off. I don't even bother swinging into her because Mafubu could come out of nowhere and that will hurt me in the mill run. So as you can see, we're just resolving the effect. The Janemba Demon Sword came into play. And we have access. We could attack, but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's too risky. So you just see me bottom her Psyche because I don't want her to get a free evolve. I mean, evolving for 2 energy is just as free, and she had to mill her too, and that's it. That pretty much hurt. And she ended up losing, a super combo and another Bojack piece. And now we're using the ability, and I'm searching that. I'm searching my Agent of Destruction. Shuffling up, and he's going to go right into the bottom. And I'm recouping, if you notice, I'm recouping cards to the bottom of my deck. So it's very good. So I'm not losing many cards. Even though I'm cycling through cards, I'm also recovering some cards, which is very strong. So at this point, now I'm using his ability. Warp, she loses 3 off her deck, and then I gotta draw a nice card. And then we're going to be restanding energy at the end of the turn. And we're going to be even more safe. I'll have 2 energy up. And it's good because I'll have Mafuba ready, So if she swings out with a Janemba piece, I could just easily Mafuba and save myself some of the headache. And it's her turn. So clearly I'm up on the mill game. She's pretty behind. I can say that I'm safely anywhere from 5 to 7 cards ahead of her in the mill game. She used her super combo. I started getting big mills. So we're definitely up ahead by a good margin. Like I said, anywhere from 5 to 7, maybe a little bit more. I haven't been keeping a 100% count, but you can. Once you get familiar with the mill matchups, you can pretty much know exactly how many cards are in your opponent's deck. I'm not a super mill player. I just know how to play the deck well. As far as keeping count, I'll always ask my opponent just to be sure, because I don't play mill like that. I play the deck, but just not too heavy. But now she's deciding what she's going to do. She ended up charging another agent piece, or her first agent, and she's hard casting the agent. That kind of sucks. It sucks that she has no 3-drop, she wasn't able to play Psyche, so she's losing 4 energy, and it just really does suck. And now, she swung out with her leader. I ended up milling my Trunks and my Dimension Magic. You guys may know that Trunks is one of my favorite cards of playing. I used to love playing it in my Veggies deck for Shugesh, but it's also very good for mill. If you guys are following the Patreon, you will be able to see the deck list that I'm playing, which is very, very powerful. I had one of my former Patreons, he topped the most recent Canada event that transpired. He made top 8 with my list, and, very good performance by him. But anyways, she's attacking with her leader. She's not adding combo power. I'm going to choose to just guard with a Vegito. Vegito is not great in this matchup. It's not needed. Now she's trying to mill 3. I'm losing a super combo, which is not bad, a unyielding, and a pseudo. 2 out of the 3 cards were not bad. The unyielding could have helped dramatically in this matchup, considering that it could have just extended more plays. So Kaitie played smart. She saw the 2 energy up. She didn't risk it. You guys see that. So Kaitie has an understanding of this matchup. She has played milled before, but the blue-yellow edition is just a little bit newer in her avenue. She likes the blue-yellow, guys and girls. She's just not a complete fan of it because of the fact that it restricts how you play the deck. So she asked for deck count. I believe I say like 17 at this point. You know, I forgot the exact number, but I'm pretty sure I say 17, and she has like 14 or 13. You know, I'm still ahead of her by a good amount, despite her milling some cards this turn. And now, you know, I have 4 energy. I could charge for 5, or I could stay at 4. 4 energy is a good amount. If I'm going to go for a bigger play, I could definitely go to 5 energy, no problem. But at this point, it just depends. Depends how I want to play the game. So I'm just deciding whether or not I'm going to charge, and I do charge. I can't quite see that card, unfortunately, so... But at this point, I'm playing my reality bender, guys. This is what I was saying before. Like, blue-yellow wants to keep cards on the board. Usually you have the blue and yellow Janemba on board. And reality bender is an extra mill, too. Like, this is really bad for my opponent. It's really bad for Kaitie. This turn, I might end up gaming her, depending on how strong my hand is. And now, I'm playing the demon sword. So I already got my reality bender out on board. So now it doesn't matter if she has a board or not. So now I'm like, all right, you're going to mill 2. I'm going to recover a card into my deck. She milled a crusher ball and I believe another yellow card. And now I'm attacking her with my leader. And it just sucks. It sucks because there aren't many options. Now she's losing 2 more cards. So she's losing 4, and then she's going to lose another 2. So she's losing 6 in total. It sucks, you know. So I'm attacking her. She's deciding what she's going to do, and she will have to mill regardless if she negates or not. It just sucks. It's not a good game state to be in. She's going to lose 6 cards guaranteed this turn. She decides to go with the negate and untap 2. And now she has to lose 2 cards from the top of her deck. She loses a 3-drop Janemba. She's been milling 2, guys. It looks like she might be milling 1, because even from this angle, it looks that way, but it's not that way. She's been milling 2, and then I end my turn. And she mills another 2. She mills super combos, but it's fine. It's not going to hurt her. But, oh, she milled 3 Janemba. Oh, my God, she milled her 3 drops straight. That's what she went over. So that sucks, and she scoops up, guys and girls. And that's the end of the match. She was way behind in the mill game. I had like 10 more cards in deck than her. It wasn't good. But thank you for watching, and this is the matchup, guys and girls. If you have any questions, message me. As always, it's all about you.